So, how to turn our negatives into positives? What are the best ways of making our bad lucks into good lucks, or say failures into success? So, that is what I wanted to discuss in this video, short video. And I am Bhanu, behind the person behind Bhanu Stuff, and I will be discussing this in detail, giving some examples. Hope you will find this helpful. So let me start the discussion by saying one important thing which is very mandatory in our lives. The thing is, the perception, the thought process that we have, that is going to affect a lot, matters a lot, and is going to help us decide whether we are actually positive or we are negative. So the way we pursue, the way we take up things, take up what are the incidents that are happening to us is going to matter a lot. I will give you an example to clarify this. Let us say a person is walking on a road, and he slips and falls down. Let's say due to a stone or something, he slips and falls down. So if that person is a negative guy, then he would assume, he would curse the situation, he will blame the god or his fate, claiming that bad things are happening to him, and he gets irritated of the situation. That would be his reaction for that situation. Let's say if that person is positive minded, then instead of blaming, instead of cursing the situation, he would say, oh, thank god, you have actually helped me, from preventing me getting into a lot of trouble. Like I haven't got any injury or wounds. So thank god, thanks for that situation, thanks for making the situation not so worse than what it should have been. So that is how a positive minded person would take the situation, which the same situation a negative minded person had pursued in different way. So there's a lot of difference between these two ways of pursuing. Like, so any situation if you take, we usually pursue in different ways. Like every person will pursue in different ways. So it matters how we are taking. Likewise, if there is any negative happening in our life, it is not like they are trying to get us down or trying to harm us, and actually they might be trying to assist us or make us so strong so that we will be able to get ready for the future successes. So this is what as a person we need to take, and in order to get success, this is the biggest step, I would say, that will help us make strong. So one thing. So apart from the perception, what else? Let's say we encounter some failure, so-called failure, though it is not actually failure. Let's say it assumes as a failure. What we need to do? The best thing that as a person, as an individual, we need to do is we need to start looking for alternatives, the other ways of moving ahead. Like let's say if I couldn't attain a job after some trials of interviews and all, so I should not take that as negative. I should not sit back and cry. Instead, I should immediately start looking out for alternatives, the other possible options which might make me come across the situation. It could be a business. For the example of jobless state I am telling, it could be a business, it could be some taking up some course, it could be doing some internship, it could be reaching out to more people, finding other platforms where we can apply for the jobs, and so this is just one example. For the case of jobless, it could be the same scenario can be same to your relation, your dealing with your parents, and whatever it could be, right? So the way we take, right? So and the situation, according to the situation, we need to modify our expectation, modify our requirements, and we need to immediately switch in finding ways of getting alternative ways of dealing with it. So it will help a lot, it will do a lot of things. I will tell a real life example which has happened with me. So back in 2013, I ended up resigning my job immediately without any backup. So I had to sit home for at least 1 year. So sitting at home after you start earning, after you had already earned a lot, is very painful. You need to deal with your frustrations and all. So I was in that situation during that time, but I didn't sat there. I After I gave my GATE exams, which is for my masters, I didn't sat until then. I found ways of dealing in utilizing my time. And what I did a lot of stuff, like I started writing blogs about blogging, about design exams, about career thing and all. These are the few things that I started interacting with people and learned the ways of marketing techniques, online marketing, analytics and all. And I started making videos, YouTube videos. And after all, I started doing online courses, and I came across very interesting subjects, like for example machine learning, which helped me realize that I am good fit for robotics, which happened to be my master's later. So apart from that, I can list you a lot of opportunities, alternatives that I have tried during my jobless state, which if I had taken as negative, I would have definitely in loss. Okay, so if ever you come across some bad luck, so-called bad luck or failure, or disadvantage kind of situation, it is the time the your destiny is telling you to look out for some alternative, and it is directing you to dude, go and search for things, go and look out for options. Otherwise, what happened? Let's say, had the case I was in this job, if I was continuing in the job, then it's for sure that I wouldn't have explored all these opportunities. I wouldn't have become an author. I wouldn't have become a instructor, counselor, advisor, YouTuber, whatnot. I wouldn't have become anything if I were continuing in the job. So whenever negative comes, it's the main source of realizing our skills. It's the main source of finding alternatives. That's the beginning of turning our negatives into positives, because these set of skills which we have developed at the stage of negative period is going to help us in the long run. Fine. See, I was jobless, right? So that I was able to find the job later out. Like I joined institute, I pursued my master and then found job. So it was meant to happen. It will happen somehow. If not today, it will happen tomorrow or next year. It is going to happen somehow. So and I am sure I am going to put the effort. I am going to find opportunities to get me into something, whether it is job or education or something. I am sure. But how to deal during the time between our bad luck to good luck, that is what we need to, that is what matters a lot, and that is our grace period, our blessed period, the time when we are able to realize our new skills, new alternatives, and new ways of dealing for the future success. All the activities that I have mentioned, which I have done during my jobless period, are going to help throughout my life in the upcoming days, which will keep me more stronger, more active, and more positive, right? So whenever you come across a bad luck, it's time. It is an opportunity to you to look out and search for new alternatives, new ways of satisfying yourself, new ways, new trials that you can make. It could be acting, it could be music, whatever it is. Just go ahead, search. Meanwhile, you keep focusing on your actual goal. Keep trying on it, because trying is our job. And when it comes, it depends on destiny. It depends on even destiny helps us. Like it is giving the gap because it wants us to do something else, right? So that we need to take. That is the way a positive people should take. That is how we should pursue things. So that, like I mentioned in the beginning, the difference of how a person falling down, a positive person, negative person pursue. So that if you pursue things positively, if you take things instead of staying there itself. Instead of staying, if you move ahead, do something, make use of our time, it's going to be a lot of help for us in the future also, right? So that is what we need to do. So, and apart from that, like I mentioned, that skills that we are going to develop during these negative periods are going to help in the future long run. Okay, so and one more thing, whenever you come across let's say a failure or a bad luck, just keep one sentence in mind. Just always remember this in mind, and you are going to be success every time. The sentence is, this is going to be temporary. That's that sentence I wanted to mention. This is a kind of mantra which works every time, like not just for failure. Even if you come across a success, let's say you achieved your goals, still remember this line, this is going to be temporary, because in life whatever happens is only for limited period. It's going to be temporary. We need to keep moving. After success, if I assume that I have achieved my goals and I sit back, I'm not going to do anything else, means my opportunity to do next, to prove myself more, is going to held at that point, if I feel that I have achieved, right? So even if you find success, you should be ensured that it is going to be temporary, and you have so much to do, you have more things to learn, prove, as well as show to the world. So remember this sentence, this is going to be temporary, whenever you face either negative or positive situation. When it is a negative situation, if you feel that this is temporary, then it will try to ease you, as well as make you focus on the next goals, right? So that's what, remember this line, this is going to be temporary, including this video, right? Okay, so that's what. And I see many people rely, when they face bad luck, they immediately became devotees, right? They immediately turn into a new life, like they start showing so much love towards some god or some belief or someone, as if they were very strong devotees or something. So actually, to be precise, whether you have problem or not, so you don't need these so-called babas, you don't need talismans, right? Right, talisman, which is kind of threads tied, something you can search, right? So you don't need these things actually, because actually they are meant to give you faith and confidence only, but they are not going to change your fate. Remember this. So the babas and talismans are there to soothe you, to make you realize that this is temporary. That's what they are going to make you, but they are not going to change your fate. That is for sure. So build faith, have faith. When you are depending, when you have some talisman or something, assume that they are giving positive energy to you, they are providing faith to you, giving confidence and saying that, hey dude, we are there, whether it is God, whether it is person, Buddha, whoever it is. So they are there for us, they are looking at us, they are having mercy on us. That's what we can assume for in case of the spiritual way of looking, but they are not going to change our fate. Okay, so don't have this superstition, I can say, don't have this thing, but instead have faith and confidence on yourself, faith that you will come across this situation, faith that the negative is actually not negative, but it is actually kind of positive, kind of giving an opportunity, a platform to explore more on that subject, right? So that's what you should remember, right? Good. And let's say you come across a bad omen while doing something like that. So you should not stop there actually. So these things might be a coincidence, but see, something happening is not going to change your success or failure. Even if some good omen comes, maybe your process of reaching to success might get delayed. So don't get affected by this bad woman. Take it positively, take it easily, have faith on self, have confidence that I am trying my best, I am giving my best, I am doing my best. So whatever happens, even if it is failure, it is going to be for my good. So that's the level of our thinking that we need to have. That's we need to understand that something might have happened by coincidence, right? That's what. Okay. And what else? So if at all we come across some negative kind of thing, it's time we need to use it as our stepping stone. Okay. So like we need to take advantage out of that situation, and we need to make more use of that. I will say what it means with an example. So as you can see, I am literally not that good at speaking, right? Because basically I'm a bookworm. I used to only read without. I'm not that social earlier, so I'm not that active in speaking, and in fact I'm still struggling to speak better, as you can see. But still, I am taking this as my advantage right now. This, though I feel this as my disadvantage, I am taking this advantage because by way of this making videos, YouTube videos, let's say, after making so many videos, probably my speaking skills would increase, right? So I am taking this advantage. I am getting myself ready in case in future if I had to address a whole lot of people in let's say during a meeting or during a conference or something. So I will not face that much difficulty. That's because I am doing videos right now, despite fact that I am not able to project. I don't care how people are thinking, because I just want to put the content to people, and I'm sure people will make use. Good use. Find it helpful, though the communication is not that good, but still I am taking this as my advantage. So that's what. So whenever you face some negative, whenever you feel something is your bad luck or disadvantage, it's actually going to be your advantage, right? So you have to trust this. You have to trust that whatever disadvantage you have is actually going to be your advantage in the future. If you have this mindset, then no negative case in your life. Your life is going to be very smooth. Trust me. Okay. What else? So we have so many people to advise us, to give suggestions and all, but it's going to be us who are the most reliable, advisor to us. Okay. I am going to be my best suggestor. I am going to be my best well-wisher to me. And if I take decisions by myself, of course, by taking some, consultants of others, so it's going to be best for me. If I depend on others every time, if I always rely on them, their decisions, if I don't give value to my decisions, maybe I will fall back, right? So sometimes we need to rely, not sometimes, every time actually, we need to give priority to our decisions by, of course, by consulting others if needed, but the core decision making should be in our hands. Got it? So that's what. So decision making should be us, and we are the most reliable person in this world to us. Okay. And then, so when you aim something, when you put goals, when you target for something for success, if you are putting too high a aim, if you are not expecting like Mount Everest, something like that, it's going to be actually your failure, your mistake. Sorry, not for failure, your mistake. So our expectation, our aim should be should have that boundary. Like we should know our limits. We should know to what extent we can aim. Like for example, let's say I completed a 5-kilometer marathon, for example, and if I became overconfident of myself, over expectation of myself, and I say, okay, next I will target Mount Everest. So that's going to be my ignorance, right? So, and after that, if I couldn't, climb Mount Everest, if I turn negative, and that situation has arisen because of my ignorance, right? So our initial goals setting should be so realistic that it meets our current strengths, current limits, future improvements and all. So taking all this into consideration, if you set goals a little higher than our limits, but not too high or too low, okay, a little higher, hopefully that boundary can be met, if not to the full, maybe lower, but still it will give some satisfaction to you. Then our lives are going to be good, or we might not end up facing negatives in our lives. So it all depends. Our expectation matters. Our what you call setting goals matters. So we never we don't have to be too much expective. We don't have to over expect from something. We need to ensure that just trying is my job, and if I try, turning into success, it depends on how much hard work I put. Even if I put hard work, sometimes I may fail, and there might be a reason behind the failure. That's what we need to understand. If you understand that a failure happens and it's part of the journey, it's going to be very good for you and everyone. Okay, so the over expectation thing is like we are expecting a stone to turn into a gold overnight. It's difficult, right? So that's what that much over expectation, if ever you have in your career, in your job, or from relation, you definitely need to change, because you need to know your limits, goals. Okay, don't mistake me, but this is the fact. So let us put aim or target or goal which will not end up taking us into a negative state, or which will not make us the main reason behind our own failures. Got it? Cool. So next thing is sorry, there's a thing in science, especially thermodynamics in mechanical engineering. If you say the law is a law called is a universal law, which says amount of output is equal to the amount of input, right? So you must have come across, or not, this is common. Amount of output is equal to amount of input, and which means the more positive you are, the more positive your success will be. Okay, the more negative you are, the more negative your success will be. So think that way. Okay, so as usual, I will give one example. My grandfather used to be so much doubtful of things. Like, for example, when he wants to close the door, he always feel like there will be a snake next to that, or a scorpio crawling there, or something like that. He used to be very cautious, looking there, wondering if there is anything. Cautious is good, but negative cautious is not going to be good, because I will tell frankly, is the person who had seen countless of snakes or scorpions in his life compared to our people, I mean our family, any of the family members, though we used to stay together. Okay, so that's it. So the way you look at things, the way you perceive the world is, it will reflect to you. It's kind of third law of Newton's third law, right? For every action there will be an equal and opposite reaction, right? So if you think that things are happening positive, or people are reacting positive to you, it will happen like that only. But if you doubt that, hey dude, this guy is acting in front of me, it will happen. So our positive thinking is going to change our life. Our positive is going to meet our success. So let us speak this in terms of turning negatives into positives. So if I start something, okay, but if I am doubtful of attaining it, I mean if I doubt whether I get success or not, if I doubt like dude, if it fails, I'm good at, I'm going to I am a big failure or something. If I start things with this attitude, then it's kind of sure that it will going to happen in my life, because I started without any confidence. I started with doubt, and that doubt is going to make my activities, make my work to reach there all doubtful. Okay, and this is not good. This is not going to be good for me. So thing is, I need to be positive when I start things, right? So which means if I start something, I should be with the mindset that even if I succeed, it is good. If I don't succeed, then it is fine. I'm going to find something. I'm going to do something, or it is okay. I learn from that experience, right? So that is what we should act. That is how we should act, right? So that positive way of thinking, that positive way of changing during our start, especially during our start, is going to impact our success a lot. Okay, and if you are in the process already, then do start right from now, and this is going to turn whatever the negative kind of scenario that might be troubling you in the long time, it will turn into positive. I am sure it is going to happen. So have this mentality. Remember this third law of Newton's: for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. And also remember the law of science: output is equal to amount of input. Your contribution, your positive your positive involvement is going to affect your success accordingly. That's what you need to depend. What next? It's also not good if you are too dependent on others. Like let's say you come and say that someone is not helping you, someone are not assisting you. Come on, let us think. People have their own things, right? If I see, everybody are busy with their things. You are busy with your things, and when you want someone to help because you are not able to do, imagine in their situation, go sit in their position, and you will also realize that they will have their own priorities and things. It's not fair to expect that people will come to our assistance every time, all the time. If you are in perception that every time we need someone, all the time we need people, and if people are not helping us, that means they are ignoring us, that means they are not assisting us, and we go complain that people are not fair, I am alone. This is not fair, because people have their own priorities. They can help you to some extent, and it is you who going to be dependent on yourself as much as possible. If you are dependent on self, most of the things which happen to you will always appear a positive to you. Trust me. Okay. Otherwise, if you start depending, if you extensively depend on people, what happens? You are bounded by the help as much they are contributing to you, they are giving to you. Had the case they have restricted the help, which means you are also restricting yourself, which means you are not able to reach to your goal, right? So think it. So people are not there to worry about us. They are there to help, of course, but they have their own priorities like we have our own priorities. Remember this. Okay, so be self-dependent. Start as much as possible. Think that how can I do this work by myself. At the extreme case, if things are not moving, then probably we can reach out to people and say, because that's because simple. If I am hungry, it's me who should eat the food. If you eat, and if I assume that because you are eating, I will get my stomach will get filled, it's ignorance, right? I need to chew my own food. I need to eat, fill my stomach. Only then I will curb my hunger, right? Like that. So if you have some requirement, it's you who are the first person to worry about that a lot, not others. Of course, if they are assisting you, that's their humanity, that's their courtesy. You need to appreciate them. If they are not able to help you, don't blame them. Don't try to spread bad about them, or don't do them, or don't even think like you are being ignored, you are alone. No, that's wrong, right? So people have their own priorities, right? Don't complain. That okay. And finally, um, let's say if you are building a pillar, you need to be the pillar for that. And others, if there are others in your life, probably they can be the decoration for the pillar or decoration for the home. Here, the building is going to be your success, and the pillar is going to be your involvement, your efforts. Okay, the decorations of others is going to be their contribution, like say suggestion or their guidance, something like that. Okay, so it is like if you are building success in the form of a building, you are the pillars, and others are going to be your decoration, right? It's not like you are going to be the decoration and they are the pillars. How good it is, like you can think. So start depending on self, turn your negatives, be positive minded, and feel that things happen in life, and there are always, we cannot always expect positive, and it's okay to welcome even negatives also in life. That's because the world moves in the form of dualities. I have spoken about this extensively in my book. I just want to show this extensively about this, and I have, in fact, whatever I am speaking right now, I have covered this in my book on Experience It, which is more about inspiration, confidence building, and how to overcome negatives. I am leaving a link below where you can download it for free. I have released it for free apart from other book, and this is the book I am talking about. Just a second. This is the one, Experience It. So I am going to leave the drop the link below. You don't have to worry about this. So I have spoken extensively about this in my book. So the theory of duality which I have come up. Duality means, like in life, if you see, there always need to be a balance, right? There is happiness, you need sadness also. I will tell why. So if there is sun, you also need moon. If there is rain, you also need sun in or other kind of weather. Okay, if there is up, you also need down. So this kind of dualities in life are mandatory, because I have explained this many times. I will repeat this because this is going to be very important to change our perception and turn our negatives into positives. Because let's say we have only sun is only there all the day, 24 hours all through the year. Is that going to be good? Let me know. Think about that. Okay, or if there is no sun, only moon is there. Okay, is that going to be good? No, because of, if there is no sun, you will not get wind, you will not get energy to plants, your skin will get spoiled. So many disadvantages. Likewise, if there is only sun, you have disadvantages. There is moon. If say it's going to rain all over the year, all through your life, is it going to be entertaining to you? No, right? It's painful. So the extreme of anything, the expectation of only one thing in life is kind of foolishness. Likewise, in life, only positives in life is not going to balance. It's not going to make you a worthy, successful, or a very successful person. You need to face failures also. I am telling you, if you face failures, if you take it positive, if you learn from that, it's going to make you a better person, more better than what you are right now and what you are going to be. So the duality is failures, success, sad, happy, distress, excitement, joy, right? These dualities are must, I would say, which are very essential ingredients of our life. If you understand this duality, if you appreciate this, and if you realize that failures and negatives should be a part of our life, then only my life will be going to be meaningful, by way of learning more, by way of understanding more about myself. If you have this mentality, then nothing is going to affect you, no negatives in your life, no failures in your life, and you will see everything happening for your advantage. That's what your perception would change if you have this perception, if you have this thought process of duality, right? So keep this in mind. Always remember the dualityness of the happening with nature, everything. Otherwise, what happens? Let's say if you are always getting success, you won't find opportunity to find alternatives, right? Like I said, when I was jobless, then only I found, because of one jobless state, I found so many advantages, like blogs, consulting, coaching, YouTubing, whatnot, art. I even started realizing art, music, fine, authoring, okay, and whatnot. So many things. I am not able to recall that, because there are plenty of things that I could do in that single year, and that I was not able to realize until my 27 years of age. That's the thing, because of this one single failure, I am able to achieve this so many of positives in my life. So failure is a must, I would say. Failure is a essential ingredient to make the recipe more interesting, more meaningful, more helpful to our life. If you remember this, if you accept this, your life is going to be a damn good. You will become a master, you will become a pro. Nothing is going to affect you. No, even if it is a very strong wind, it's not going to shake you, right? So that's what it is going to be. Understand this duality, realize that failures are required. The concern is the point that we need to concern is how to overcome that, what steps I need to do it, what are the alternatives that I need to look. If not this, what I have to do. If not now, maybe I can take it later. So that mindset we need to have. If that is there, we are going to be pros, we are going to be masters in the world, and we are going to show world, prove world, and help them understand the reality. This is the true nature. If you go read any spiritual books, including Bhagavad Gita and all, mostly they will say this only, like equanimity. That's what every human life has to face this. Of course, we are humans, right? We realize more, we have more knowledge, right? This is the part of the knowledge, right? Keep this in mind. So that's what. So ultimately, all this exercise of looking things equally, accepting failures, is going to satisfy us. When we are satisfied, we find better sleep, we are free from depression, we are free from negative thoughts, right? We are free from halting, stopping, or what you call the stage where we are not able to progress further. So we are free from all this stuff, craps, to be specific, right? So the satisfaction which you gain from the thought that this is a part of life and I am going to come across this, and the sentence I have mentioned, this is temporary, is going to change your life. If you have this mentality, damn sure you are going to be a master. Success will be in your life, failure is not going to affect you, and you will win a lot, and you will enjoy feeling the pains of your life. You will enjoy. I will tell you. That's it. So that's it. These are some of the ways that, like I have mentioned in this book, how to turn negatives into positives. I have lots of good points mentioned here. I will be covering one by one in the coming videos. Probably it will help you. And as usual, I am Banu here, signing off. If you find this helpful, it's good. I will be very happy. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Be positive. Make everyone positive. That's it. Bye for today.